Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Feels like a long time ago that we were here together. If you have a strap, it would be great to pop that next to your mat this morning. But if you don't have one, that's fine. You might even use a scarf, or don't worry if you don't have anything. That's absolutely fine. And we just might start in a seated position. And I thought we might actually work with a pranayama practice to begin. So just find a comfortable seat, might even be on a chair, nice, tall, straight spine, just softening the shoulders, softening the skin of the face. And we're going to work this morning with Shatali Pranayam, which is the cooling breath. It's a beautiful practice if you have too much heat, internal heat, too much acid in the stomach. It's a very not only physically cooling, so good to do as the weather warms, but also mentally. So if you're quite hot-headed or with anger, frustration, this is a really good practice to work with. So if you're not familiar with Shatali, we're going to curl the sides of the tongue, so make like a tube with our tongue. Breathe in through the mouth and then exhale through the nose. If you can't curl the sides of the tongue, you make a little O and you'll be breathing in through the mouth that way. Feel free to watch the first one if you're not quite sure. We'll work with perhaps 12 of these breaths. So let's exhale. Do this with the eyes open or closed. And then either curling the sides of the tongue or make a little O with your mouth and inhale. Close the mouth and exhale through the nose. So breathing in through the mouth. Close the mouth and exhale through the nose. Breathing in through the mouth. Close the mouth and exhale through the nose. So just do 9 more in your own time, working with your own breath. And when you've finished, no hurry if you're still going. We're going to go straight into the 5-step self-holding practice. So we're going to rub the palms of the hands together. And then we're going to place the hands over the sides of the head and take 3 quiet breaths. And then we switch the hands. So one on the forehead, one on the back of the head. 3 breaths here. And then we drop the hand that's on the back of the head to the heart. 3 breaths. And then the top hand drops down to the belly. 3 breaths. And then finally, the top hand moves back to the back of the head. 3 final breaths here. When you finish, you can just drop the hands down. You might like to sigh or blow the breath away. So this morning, our focus is the heart, softening the heart. And towards the end of the practice, we're going to work with the Buddhist Tonglen practice, the meditation. For those of you unfamiliar with Tonglen, it's connected to the most loving and glorious spiritual ideal in Buddhism, that of the bodhisattva, the spiritual warrior whose purpose in life is to help others find enlightenment, liberation, and truth. I'd like to share some beautiful words with you from the Buddhist nun Pema Chodron. Spiritual awakening is frequently described as a journey to the top of a mountain. We leave our attachments and our worldliness behind and slowly make our way to the top. At the peak, we have transcended all pain. The only problem with this metaphor is that we leave all the others behind. Our drunken brother, our schizophrenic sister, our tormented animals and friends. Their suffering continues, unrelieved by our personal escape. In the process of discovering bodhicitta, which is bodhicitta is connected to it's said to be the enlightened mind of the bodhisattva. The journey goes down, not up. It's as if the mountain points towards the center of the earth instead of reaching into the sky. Instead of transcending the suffering of all creatures, we move towards the turbulence and doubt. We jump into it. We explore the reality and unpredictability of insecurity and pain, and we try not to push it away. if it takes years, if it takes lifetimes, we let it be as it is, at our own pace, without speed or aggression. We move down and down and down. So this morning's practice is very much about offering our light, our love, our prayers to others. In the course I'm currently doing with the Buddhist scholar Andrew Holacek, he says, sure, go to the mountains, have your solitary, reclusive experience, go to a cave to meditate. But at some point, you need to return to the marketplace, return to the city. We commenced our practice with Shatali Pranayam and then the 5-step self-holding practice, just so that we can start off in a very calm, relaxed place. And then we're ready to share our light, our love, our prayers with others. So let's just rest the hands now over the heart space. We're going to, in a moment, chant Shantihi, but a little bit differently than we normally do. And this is sort of a bit connected to the Tonglen practice that we'll do later. So we're actually going to inhale with the hands over the heart. And then as we exhale, we're going to open the arms out wide as we chant. So it's like we're sending the peace, the waves of peace out into the world around us. So we'll do this 5 times. So let's exhale all breath to begin. And then breathing in. Shanti. So inhale the hands back to the heart. Shanti. Let's do 3 more. Shanti. Shanti. Last one. Shanti. Just release your hands down into your lap or onto your knees and take a breath or 2 here. Good. And then I'm going to invite you to quietly come to lie down onto your mats, onto your tummy. On my mat. So we're going to start off with some back strengthening poses, beginning with a variation of Shalabhasana locust. So we're going to turn the palms down into the mat alongside the hips, the feet are together, and your chin or your forehead is on the mat. So feel that you're lying in a nice straight line. Exhaling all breath. Just see if you can lift your shoulders away from the mat here, rather than letting them sink down towards the floor. And then on your next inhale, just raising the right leg up and see if you can stretch the leg out of the hip joint. So really lengthening that leg, pointing the toes, and then exhale, lowering the right leg down. Inhale, raising the left leg, stretch the leg out of the hip joint and lower down. So let's continue. Inhale, raising the right leg up and lower. Breathing in, left leg lifts and lower. Let's do 3 more to each side. We're looking for length rather than height. So last one to each side. Good. When you finish, just bring the hands up so you're resting your chin or forehead on your hands, keeping the legs together, and then we'll bend the right leg, flexing the right foot so your inner knees are touching. Now, as we inhale, we're going to lift that right thigh off the floor, squeezing the buttock, and exhale, lower. Just keep the leg bent. Inhale, lifting the leg up, and lower. So we'll do 3 more here. Breathing in, we lift, pushing the heel up towards the sky, and lower. Lifting, and lower. Last one. And lower. Let's bend the left leg now. We'll do the same. So inhale, squeezing the buttock, and lower. Inhale, lift, and lower. 3 more. Last one. And lower. Good. Again, just release your arms down by your side. Turn the head to the side. If the lower back's a little bit tender, you can bend the legs and just swing them from side to side. So we're just going to do 1 more here. So come back, lower the legs down. So now working with our full locust, Shalabhasana. So as we inhale, we lift the head to center, we lift the arms, we lift the legs, and lower everything down. Inhale, lifting arms, legs, head, and lower. Keep going. Just rest if you need to at any point. Good. Just do 1 more to each side if you're still going. And release. We're going to take 1 arm above the head and roll over onto the back. Just bringing the knees in towards the chest. Give yourselves a lovely hug. And we'll just roll from side to side. So this is the cradle pose. So with the cradle pose, we lift 1 knee up, then the other knee follows, and we roll right over onto our side. So top knee lifts, other knee follows. 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 Good. And then come back to center. Stretch the legs away, arms down by your side. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it away. And now coming back to our chant, Shantihi. Inhale, let's stretch the arms overhead, pointing your toes. Shanti. 4 more. Inhale. Shanti. Keep going. Shanti. Last one. Shanti. Take a resting breath. And then if you have a strap or a scarf, just grab that now. Step both feet up close to the buttocks, and we'll pop the strap around the ball of the right foot, or just holding the back of the leg if you don't have a strap. Make sure that your head, neck, and spine are in a straight line. That left leg can stay bent, or you can straighten that leg. And we're just looking up towards our right big toe. Tucking the chin forward so the back of the neck is long. Softening the skin of the face, relaxing your shoulders. And breathe. Good. Now we're just going to pop the strap down, hold the back of the leg somewhere, and just point and flex that right foot. And then circling the foot. Good. And reverse. And then we're going to move into a hip buttock stretch. So just placing that right ankle now on your left thigh. Keep the right foot flexed. Either taking the right hand to the inner edge of the right knee, or interlacing the fingers underneath that left knee and drawing that left knee in towards the chest. Keeping the back of the neck long and breathing. Good. And then gently release the legs down. Take a breath. And then we'll try the other side. So strap around the ball of the left foot, or just holding the back of the leg. Right leg can stay bent or straighten, gazing up towards your left big toe. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. Relax the teeth, the tongue, the jaws. And breathe. Good. And then we'll hold the back of the leg and point and flex the foot. And circling. And reverse. And then placing the left ankle on the right thigh. So again, either left hand to the inner edge of the knee or interlacing your fingers underneath that right knee. Chin tucking forward. And breathe. Perfect. And then gently release the leg down and take a breath. All right, so keeping the feet hip distance apart, a little bit pigeon-toed, and we're going to just take the arms a 45-degree angle away from the body with the palms facing down. Again, just feel that your head, neck, and spine are in a straight line. So we're going to work with bridge and a gentle arm movement as well. So exhale all breath, tucking the chin forward, press the lower back down. And then as we inhale, we slowly start to peel the back away from the floor, allowing the palms to turn over. As we exhale, we roll back down and the palms turn back down too. So breathing in, we lift, palms turn over. And breathing out, we lower, palms turn back down. Inhale. Exhale. Just continuing to lift and lower with your breath. Just finish the one you're on and work with 3 more. And when you finish that last one, draw the knees into the chest, cross your feet at the ankles, a hand on each knee, and let's make some nice little circles on the floor with our lower back. Good, and cross the legs the other way, circling in the opposite direction. Good, and then come back to center, stretch the legs away. One more pose on our backs. We're going to work with the universal spinal twist. So taking the arms out to shoulder height, placing the right foot on your left thigh, left hand to the outer edge of the right knee. So taking a deep breath in, and then lowering that knee over to the left side, trying to keep that right shoulder in contact with the floor. And you might like to turn to look towards your right fingers if that feels okay for your neck. Gently coming back to center, give that knee a hug and a squeeze. And then stretching the right leg away, give the legs a little bit of a shake. And then left foot on the right thigh, right hand to the outer edge of the knee, left arm at shoulder height. Deep breath in. And lowering the knee over to the right side, relaxing that left shoulder. And again, head may turn to the left. Softening the face, the mouth. Gently back to center. Give that left knee a hug and a squeeze. And release the leg away. Give the legs a bit of a shake. And then we're going to roll over to one side and come up and swing ourselves around, coming into extended child. So knees are wide, big toes touching, arms extending forward, fingers spread, middle fingers pointing straight ahead. So we're going to work in a moment with moving into cat and then back into child. And we'll come back to Shatali and incorporate Shatali with this movement. So either curling the sides of the tongue or making that little O shape with your mouth. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in. Close the mouth, round the back, exhale through the nose. Inhaling through the mouth. Close the mouth, exhale through the nose. Let's continue. Inhaling through the mouth. Close the mouth, exhale through the nose. Finish the one you're on and work with 3 more. Last one. Good. Take a breath or 2 here. Sighing the breath away. And then we're going to lift up into down face dog pose. So arms extended forward, come up onto your knees, tuck your toes into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Now, you might like to work with a diagonal stretch here. So we can bend the right leg, push back into the left foot and forward into the right palm. Just hold that stretch. And then we'll swap sides. So bending the left leg, push back into the right foot, forward into the left palm. Good. Come back to center. Let's come down onto our knees and have a little rest in child. You might make this with the hands and rest your forehead on your fists. All right, so we'll go back into down face dog pose. Work with another variation. So arms extended forward, come up onto your knees, tuck your toes. Down face dog pose. Now, if you'd like to, this time we'll place the right hand on the sacrum, but not if there's any wrist or shoulder issues. In that case, you might just work with the normal dog or even come into dolphin if you want to protect the wrists this morning. Keep breathing. And then we'll swap it over. So take the right hand down, left hand onto your sacrum. Left hand down. If you like to, stay another 2 or 3 breaths. If you've had enough, just come down and rest in child. Good, and then let's all lower the knees and take a rest. All right, so let's work now with another flowing sequence, incorporating dog with what we did earlier. So moving into cat, then dog, back into cat, then into child. Just normal breathing in and out through the nose at this point. So exhale all breath. And then breathing in, come up into cat, tuck your toes, down, face your toes. Now we're going to stay for a breath. And then lowering the knees into child. Again, inhale cat, tuck your toes, down, face your toes. We'll stay for 2 breaths this time. Coming down onto the knees and into child. 2 more of these. Inhale, cat, tuck your toes. Now this time staying for up to 3 breaths, but if that's too much, please come down earlier. When it's time, you lower the knees and come into child. Okay, last one. Staying for up to 4 breaths this time. And coming into child again, you might make fists with the hands and rest your forehead on your fists. And let's slowly come up onto our knees. So any knee issues, feel free to put some padding underneath your right knee. We're going to step the left leg forward, hands onto our left thigh. We'll do a little bit of lunging. So just relax your shoulders, lengthening up through the crown top. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, lunging forward. Inhale back to center, and then we go into a hamstring stretch. So leaning forward, curling your left toes back towards you. So inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lunge. Breathe into center and breathe out, stretching the back of the leg. Good, just one more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Come up, take the left leg back. Let's take the right leg forward. So same thing. Deep breath in and lunging forward. Back to center, curling the toes back towards you. Inhale, exhale. Slow. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And back to center. Release the right leg. Come on to all fours once again with your knees together. We're going to work with our Parigasana, our gate pose. So hands directly under your shoulders, spine's in a neutral position. Exhale all breath. As we inhale, we're going to turn to the left. So straighten the left leg, extend the left arm up. You might look up if that's okay for your neck. And as we exhale, come back to all fours. Inhale, turning to the right. And exhale, all fours. Inhale, turning to the left. Exhale. Inhale, turning to the right. And exhale. Last one, we'll hold this one. And you have the option of extending the left arm over the head if you'd like to in a nice straight line. And if you'd like to, lifting that left foot up, flexing the foot and breathing. So either looking straight ahead or up. Good. And then come back to all fours and other side. Breathe in. So you can stay here or extend the right arm over the head. And if you like, lifting that right foot up, flexing the foot. Breathe. And back to all fours, into child pose, and take a couple of breaths. All right, let's very slowly come up to stand. Coming to the backs of your mats, standing into Tadasana, hands at the heart space, eyes open or closed, softening your shoulders, softening the skin of the face. So we're going to work with 5 rounds of our devotional salute, and we're devoting each round to a being. On the last exhalation of each round, if you'd like to join with me, we'll chant Shantihi, and we'll just have a pause, a breath in between each round. So I invite you to dedicate this first round to a loved one. That might be a person, it might be an animal, it may be a tree that you love. So a dedication to a loved one this first round. Exhale. Breathing in, raise the arms to your forehead, to your heart, and to the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Coming to lie down on your mat, palms together above the head. Breathe in and bend your arms. Straighten your arms into Sphinx. Straighten, hands back alongside your chest. Inhale, bend the legs. Exhale, tuck your toes, hands alongside your knees. Breathe in. Shanti. Take a breath. Dedicating this second round to a loved one who is suffering at the moment. Perhaps they are unwell, they're in pain. Again, it might be a person, it might be an animal, it might be the ocean. Dedication to a loved one in suffering. Exhale the hands down. Breathe in to your forehead, to your heart, and to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, sliding on the floor, palms together. Breathe in. Bend your arms. Straighten into Sphinx. Straighten. Hands alongside your chest. Inhale. Standing up. Inhale. Shanti. Take a breath. This third round we dedicate to a neutral being. Person, animal, might be again a tree, it might be a river, the sky. Dedication to a neutral being. Lowering your arms. Inhale. To your forehead, to your heart, and to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, sliding on the floor, palms together. Breathe in. Bend your arms. Straighten into Sphinx. Straighten. Hands back alongside your chest. Breathe in. Toes coming up. Shanti. Take a breath. This fourth round, let's dedicate to someone who we find a bit challenging, or an animal, or something in nature that we find a bit challenging. Dedication to a challenging being. Release your arms down. Inhale. To your forehead, to your heart, and to the earth. Sliding palms together. Breathe in. Bend your arms. Straighten into Sphinx. Straighten. Hands back alongside your chest. Inhale. Tuck your toes. Coming up. Shanti. Take a breath. And this final round, let's dedicate to all beings on this planet, including the earth itself. Exhale. Breathe in. To your forehead, to your heart, to the earth. Exhale. Arms together. Breathe in. Bend your arms. Straighten into Sphinx. Straighten. Hands back alongside your chest. Inhale. Tap your toes. Shanti. Hands. So we're going to come down to sit now for to go into our Tonglen practice. If you're really low on energy this morning, not feeling great, you might like to lie down. Otherwise, just find a comfortable seat. And I'd like to begin, before we go into the meditation, sharing with you another passage on this practice. This is by, again, Pema Chodron. She says the practice of Tonglen is a practice of taking in pain and sending out pleasure, and therefore completely turns around our well-established habit of doing just the opposite. Tonglen reverses the usual logic of avoiding suffering and seeking pleasure. In the process, we become liberated from very ancient patterns of selfishness. We begin to feel love for both ourselves and others. We begin to take care of ourselves and others. Tonglen practice is a method of connecting with suffering, our own, and that which is all around us everywhere we go. It is a method for overcoming our fear of suffering and for dissolving the tightness of our hearts. People often say that this practice goes against the grain of how we usually hold ourselves together. Truthfully, this practice does go against the grain of wanting things on our own terms, wanting everything to work out for ourselves, no matter what happens to the others. The practice dissolves the walls we've built around our hearts. It dissolves the layers of self-protection we've tried so hard to create. In Buddhist language, one would say that it dissolves the fixation and clinging of ego. So just finding a comfortable position in which you feel grounded and centered, using your breath as an anchor to help you settle into the present moment. You might even do a few rounds of Shatali pranayam, or just breathing in quietly through the nose and breathing out quietly through the nose. Before we commence this practice, please know that you can release from this practice at any time. If you feel a bit disturbed by the practice or a bit unsettled, you can simply return back to your breath, allowing each breath to arise, each breath to pass away. So your eyes are lightly closed or with a soft downward glance. And on your next inhalation, the invitation is to imagine drawing in a dark black cloud of negativity. Breathe this dark cloud in through all the pores of your body. And as you exhale, breathe out all that is fresh and white and pure. So inhaling a hot, dark, heavy feeling. And breathe out a cool, bright, fresh feeling. So as we practice this, we need to remember that it is in no way designed to make us sick. Rather, its purpose is primarily to heal, to help us open our own inner loving hearts so that we become more accepting and forgiving towards both the desirable and undesirable aspects of life, to help us transform our attitudes towards those people and situations we naturally dislike or fear and try to avoid, to help us shake up our world and let go of concepts such as like dislike, I want, and I don't want. So now I invite you to call to mind a painful feeling or situation that you have experienced recently. So it might have been a moment where you felt inadequate or really upset or really lonely, or you didn't feel good enough, not worthy. On your next in breath, the invitation is to imagine inhaling that feeling and think of all the people in the world who may share that feeling of loneliness, sadness, inadequacy. And then with your exhalation, imagine sending out the feeling or experience that would provide relief for that feeling. So it might be confidence or self-esteem, self-worth, support, companionship, friendship. So inhale feelings of inadequacy, loneliness, sadness, imperfection, and breathe out adequacy, confidence, support, love. Finally, I invite you to bring to mind a person or animal you care about. Place this being in front of your heart and just allow yourself to become conscious of any pain or difficulty they may be experiencing. Think how wonderful it would be if this being were happy and completely free of all difficulties. On your next in-breath, visualize yourself drawing in this being's pain. Inhale it all like a cloud of grey or dark smoke, freely and willingly vacuuming up all the pain. And on the out breath, visualize yourself sending out to this being all your blessings, all the gifts you have, strength, positive energy, health, and well-being. Give away as much as you can. Breathe out your talents, your resources, your material possessions. Send it out on a ray of light that expresses your love and concern for this being. Inhale this being's pain, the dark, the smoke, anxiety, agitation, fog, pollution, static. And breathe out light, clean air, space, the sound of silence, joy, peace, love. Become aware of your sincere intention to help this person or animal. On the in-breath, visualize yourself removing their suffering. Draw it in on a cloud of black smoke and breathe out to them all your love, caring concern, and compassion. Now be aware of your most tender, loving heart. Bring your attention back to yourself. Feel your heart open and filled with warmth, spacious, tender, open. Feel your heart filled with love. Just let yourself rest with that feeling. As you slowly now begin to transition down to the floor and into Shavasana, moving quietly and slowly. Giving yourself permission now to rest, to drop down heavily, aware of the earth beneath you, holding you, supporting you. The ancient text, The Way of the Bodhisattva, which was written over 1,000 years ago, says of the Tonglen practice, whoever wishes quickly to become a place of refuge for self and others should undertake this sacred mystery, to take the place of others, giving them his or her own. Very, very slowly now. Start to become aware of your surroundings as you deepen your breath. Bring some movement into your fingers and toes. You might like to have a bit of a stretch, do what feels good. And then we'll quietly roll over to one side and come up to sit. Bring the hands together at the heart in Namaskar Mudra. And let's close our practice this morning chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So exhale all breath. Breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May there be peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of today. Lots of love to you all and hope to see you again next week. Bye.